I'll pick an interactive tale at random from my collection. Tickles by Emma Rose. Back and forth, this wooden husk I take my naps in wandered adrift in an endless, merciless sea. Swayed by fate, we both aspired to meet a destination. For that we survived storms, dodged leviathans, ignored decline, hunger, and thirst. Inspiration burnt our souls, making us survive by and for desire. But the infinite happiness of meeting a goal doesn't last long. Now here I lays, longing for a reawakening. I think the messenger is back, but maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me again. This little friend is a dissonant note in the everyday routine of doing nothing, barely feeling and being bored to death. Once it even tickled. In truth, it's been days since I could move my limbs, since I started feeling so exhausted. I can but lie under the sun and wait for a less blinding starry night, stirred by somehow noticing another living being close. The little bird lights me up inside. I gave this friend the title of Hope Bringer, in anticipation of a well-earned rest shorewards on more quiet grounds. The wet valley tricked me into believing I'm a mariner, one that has seen better days. However, any recollection of my past keeps fading fast. I'm lucky I can still listen. The sea teaches you to let things flow. The tide goes up and it goes down, but every drop has to go ashore at some point to kiss the land dry. My boat did it recently, so say the whispers of the waves. In the storm, and the wood finally cracking and stumbling upon a sandbank. A kiss is a bit too passionate for my taste. I wonder if I've ever kissed someone. I like kissing gently. Look at all this drama. My old self still tries to spur their memories. I'm adrift but happy to have missed the whole intensity of the wreckage. The numbness in my limbs keeps the pain at bay, but they can still tickle. Isn't touch nice? Feeling another fella, even scarcely. Like those little claws grazing softly all over me. If only I could touch its feathers to return such a beautiful gift. If only a friend could still be within my grasp. Please tell me, little bird, should I endure or should I give up? My arm stretches out with a mind of its own. It craves purpose. There's so many things I still yearn for. To feel alive, I only need to let go of the tissues and tendons that bind me. Unstick myself from these bones. Look at me, little bird. I cheat the laws of gravity. Shush, stupid turnstone bird. Isn't there enough fish in the sea that you needn't eat from a corpse? Oh my god, that's a woman talking. Look at this mess. She doesn't seem to notice me. Should I start a conversation? It would be very rude otherwise. Excuse me, miss. My voice crawls out of my throat as broken as the rest of what's left of me. These deadened senses don't allow me to
properly introduce myself. But why do I suddenly sound so eerie?
A talking ghost. Oh no, I made this poor woman jump in fright. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Whoa, is she trying to hit me with her stick? Please, put your cane away. Be careful of who you startle to death, Spooky. What a witch I am. Since when can a simple shadow catch me off guard? Listen, ghost, I put a hex on my crone's heart. If it jumps out of this chest, our arteries will have your sobs strangled in eternal pain. She keeps waving that staff. She truly wants to kill me. Please stop. Don't hurt me. I beg you. We are trouble, you know, old hags. Why is this person threatening me? What did I do to her? I meant you no harm, I swear. Who's terrified now, ghost? Not this old crow. It's been a while since my last exorcism, but at least I haven't lost my touch. I was merciless when I was young, feared on both sides of existence. Not for power, not for greed, and not by choice. The world and the underworld both hate magic. Nonetheless, I cared and committed to educate losers who wouldn't let me live my life on my own terms. Far and wide, ignorance makes one arrogant, daring, cruel, and a goddamn cretin. I was enduring, then I became hell. What reason was there to let their bitter fear erase who I am? Call me a hoodlum. I made them all graced. Please, I need help. I don't know what's happening to me. Why do I speak this weirdly? Wait, don't tell me. You called me a ghost. Am I truly? Shit. Oh gods. Indeed, it looked way too shaken for a creature from the afterlife. The poor fellow may have just died. It doesn't happen very often, but the phantom amnesia can turn the coldest assassin into a pure, gentle mind. Unaware of any harm they may have done, of any pain they may have suffered, of any mistake to feel remorse over, ghosts become too sensitive for this world. Hey, don't cry. Please don't cry. I was a bit of a bully. I got scared and I overreacted. You're so translucent I can barely see you. Not all of us are the considerate type. Old people don't give a shit. We forget to be nice. There's something more pathetic than a necromancer losing her shit. A necromancer feeling embarrassed. For that, I'm sorry. No, it is my fault. I can't see very well either. Everything feels so confusing. If I offended you, I apologize. Far be it from me to hurt anyone. A skiff with a rotting passenger that happens to be well-mannered and gentle. It's all cool, don't worry. Unbinding this poor soul is going to be more difficult than I thought. Your kind, my kind, she just said, see the world just like we see you, blurrily. That's why you get lost so often. I must be levitating over my corpse. Do I reek? I'm sure I do. I can't even smell the sea. This is so embarrassing. Is it normal for the departed to feel benumbed? Fate always takes its toll on our senses, little ghost. Look at me, 1 foot in the grave, and yet my brain furiously believes I'm still in my 20s. How can I compare myself? This poor soul is dead. Stinky, rotten, and beyond repair. Trying to grasp a glimpse of the existence for a reason, to finish something, to claim our desire, perhaps to still be worthy of being loved. Actually, I can't remember how old I was when... Age is irrelevant, Spooky. There's only one way to die a peaceful death, and that is to choose it yourself. For the rest of us, there's always something. A dream, a promise, something to make amends for. Witches or ghosts, we are all cursed. We can't help it, my friend. The living and the dead, we are all drift in the world. She just called me her friend. If I had a heart, it would have skipped a beat. Whether it's for a little pleasure or trials to overcome, the living and the dead treasure every second of consciousness. How could you not be a form of life? I'm but a fool, an old hag trying to cheer up a specter by getting depressed herself. Would you mind if I smoke? Oh, no, not at all. I couldn't stop thinking about my body smelling. No, aren't you an anxious one? What a dumb thing to worry about. She's so kind, pretty cool too, smoking fancily right beside me like the heroine of a story. I could blush. Tell me something about you, little ghost. Your voice comes along with a strange echo that tickles in my ears and reverberates a somewhat sweet melancholy. It feels akin to my own sadness. Wow, now I'm blushing. Oh, thanks. Wait, Why am I taking this as a compliment? I thought my voice sounded truly awkward. I think it's beautiful. Even if she's only trying to be kind, I feel so relieved. How long has it been since someone was nice to me? A sadness akin, a final memory to treasure. There's not much I can tell. I've been conscious all this time, but also forgetful. I made it here thanks to a little friend, but now that I have acknowledged myself, I feel I have lost my bird forever. Damn, I'm such a stupid woman. I sent your bird away because it was eating from you. I'm sorry. No problem. My flesh is not very healthy. Was that supposed to make me feel better, Spooky? Can I ask you something? Sure, whatever you want. Are you here to vanish me? Ooh, the first rule of this job was never sympathize with ghosts. Don't worry, I'm not in a position to rebel. I'm stranded in a dead sea in which it is impossible to sink, but it is also terrifying to put a foot forward. Wasn't that poetic? I have a soft spot for artists. I'm a sea witch. It's my job to take care of the ones like you. I must pull out the ribs protecting your heart to make a broth in salt water. I must bless the branch of a willow to whack your boat with. I must bury you under the tree so its roots tie your spirit forever. I understand. I can only be a burden for those I would be sharing this fainting dead with. No, you understand nothing, Spooky. I'm discarded myself, forsaken by people I loved, who willingly traded me for busy lives and for feeling invulnerable. I have at least 5 years left. I'm in a position to rebel. If I had breath, she had taken it away. I wish ghosts couldn't cry. It feels so embarrassing. Hey, again, there's no need to be this dramatic. I didn't want to, I'm sorry. I don't want to be sad. She offers me her hand, but I'm still stuck in an abyss of blurry lines and fading spots. Your face is but a painful silhouette I wish I could recognize, and I can't stop trembling. Fair enough. I meant to be altruistic, but I was doing it for myself, to ease my own compassion. Don't worry, dear. To live is to have a choice. I am dead. Can I truly choose to cease to exist? Her hand feels so warm. You are alive to me, and I can totally walk you peacefully to oblivion. What to do? I think we'll study. Excerpts of The Four Elements Air by Witch Yana. In all my years of mentoring, air, the invisible element, is the one I found most students have difficulty understanding. Its all intangible nature locks it in a world of ideas. And how do you define context? It is an infinite element that expands as far as your thought wishes it to take it. For a true master of air, there is no such thing as out of context. Everything is intertwined in a constant relation. A river in the middle of a jungle can put in context the nature of an office worker. A philosopher's talent could be measured in their ability to develop context to engulf all things. Ironically, the overburdens of air energy sabotages rational thinking and breeds chaos, because chaos is the ultimate nature of air, everything affecting everything. Throw a paper boat into a bucket of water and you can predict its behavior. Throw 1,000 into the middle of a wild ocean and the mind begins to falter when trying to picture the outcome. If you combine multiple energies of air, you will obtain unpredictability, luck, and fortune. Unfathomable predestination. I just rest for a bit. You dream about. You are digging your own grave when your shovel hits something hard. You unearth a bronze statue of yourself. The statue comes to life and you agree to switch places. It buries you, and your bronze self keeps on living your life. The Hand of the World by Eva Sid. The girl was ambling along the path, shrouded in the smoky haze of dawn. She was crying. The words of father still echoed in her head. The warmth of his last kiss still beat on her cheek. Since you were born, I knew there was something strange about you. It's time for you to join your kind. And without further ado, father left her in the thick of the night. The path was narrow and marked a trail that was easy to follow, but hard to swallow. A slight furrow of land that led to a whole new world. After hours of walking, the girl stumbled upon the knocker of a trap door on the ground, right where the path ended. It was a beautiful and antique-looking piece, a hand carved in bronze, holding a spear between its fingers. A globe. She pulled gently, and the hatch reacted to her touch by opening diligently. The globe was waiting for her. The girl entered the blackness beneath the floor, groping the height of the steps until she emerged into a dimly lit room. As her eyes became accustomed to the gloom, she spotted the hunched silhouette of a woman at the back of a vaulted chamber. Welcome, my child. From now on, you will be the daughter of another flesh, the sister of another blood. Are you ready for the initiation rite? No, I want to go back home. That's not possible. You have belonged to our sisterhood since you were a seed. Now you have to blossom here. You carry within you the primordial force that secretly rules this world, but such a power needs to be tamed. Power requires sacrifice, just as the world needs balance. The woman approached her. Her skin was wrinkled like the ridges of a freshly plowed field. Force rests in the space between pairs of opposites. We must relinquish one of our senses to focus that force. Sight and hearing govern the rationality of people. Smell and taste drive their emotions. The girl struggled to understand. What about touch? That is the only sense we cannot renounce. We are the hand that subtly rules the becoming. It is the tool for channeling our magic. The girl scrutinized the woman's face, wondering what her choice would have been and what kind of magic she would flaunt. She thought it'd be easier to live without some senses than others. Surely there was a catch. Do not be afraid. Look inside yourself and you will know the right choice, said the woman. Should I do without the music and the warm voices surrounding and guiding us? Personally, if I had to choose of a sense to lose, I would choose my hearing over my sight. You have chosen to forgo the sense of hearing, the soft spot that shelters and drives words and music. Your renunciation will also be your force. Using only from humility and detachment can you exercise power. From now on, you will be able to ease or hinder the communication between equals. Alright, what do we have here? Excerpt of the 4 elements water. A witch can easily fall in love with the element of water. Water is the substance of all things, their nature in a vacuum, its platonic ideal. Love, desire, sadness, and even hope. Anything is able to hold or channel feelings. One could say a piece of wood isn't able to have its own genuine feelings. That emotion is in the heart of the beholder. But multiple experiments throughout history have proven this hypothesis wrong. Take this very same piece of wood and leave it in a home full of love. Let a family take care of it, talk to it, embrace it. Then take this piece of wood to another planet and leave it in the middle of a forest. Observe animals walking around it with the utmost respect. Eventually, we would be able to witness a wandering artist falling in love with that piece of wood and taking it with them to carve the most beautiful piece of art. Water has infinite potential. Any element can absorb a massive amount of water energy. When full, water will start overflowing, impregnating any other elements in its surroundings. Combine water with water and you will unlock boundless potential. You will assess the maximum power that anything has to offer. Water and water is the realization of potential. Doing laundry, you fall off your balcony and land in a pool made of pizza. You have to eat your way out. You manage to exit the pool, but the pizza was so delicious, you decide to jump back in for a second round. Dear Fortuna, Delilah's given me a magic dagger to perform an exorcism. Have you found anything else? Is it alright if I come over so that we can try the ritual together? Hugs, Greth. Hey, how are you feeling? Corrupted? The behemoth is beginning to taint my thoughts, and I don't like how powerful it feels. You still want to see this through, or? Of course I want to. I'm way too proud to let this extra-dimensional asshole take all the credit. I feel you. Okay, what did you find? Let's use everything in our arsenal. The ritual will mainly revolve around Dahlia's Daemon Bone Dagger. It truly is a work of art. Here, look. It's beautiful. How can Dahlia be so talented? She told me that you helped her create it? I just shared some insight with her. What about? She wanted to know what kind of essence to use to enchant the dagger. To craft a blade that has the highest affinity with you. Oh, so that's why she called it the Blade of Truth. I love it. This is the best dagger I could get. You totally get me, Fortuna. Thank you so much. Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you like it. This is perfect. So first of all, do you mind if I summon a Fate Mancer's disc to check on our chances of success? Of course, but what's a Fate Mancer's disc? Of course. It was invented about 80 years ago by Junrisa, the mathematician witch, so you wouldn't know about it. It's a special sigil that reads fate strands. When you find yourself before a critical and indefiable turning point in your life, you can bind your soul to the disc so it reads the probability of whatever you want to happen. Wow, I like it. Sounds like a great companion to my deck. In short, we can read how effective whatever actions we perform in the ritual will be. Knowing the percentage may not change anything, though. It's just for peace of mind. On the contrary, it sounds really useful. As per the third principle of divination, just the act of observing your chances affects your chances. I didn't consider it that way. I hope it affects them for the best. Anyway, here's the disc. Oh. My chances aren't as good as I hoped. It's no small thing, exorcising a behemoth. But we haven't taken everything into account yet. Let's turn fate in our favor. You're right, I must be strong. First of all, I asked of my friend Jasmine to provide us with some herbs to help ease your mind. With these, you should be able to focus better on the ritual. Smells good. You need to drink the infusion while you think of a toy you loved when you were a mortal child. I sure loved my Legos. But my favorite thing was my Jake plushie from Adventure Time. I don't know what that is, but it sure worked on your face already. Oh, I feel less tense. Yes. Look, the Fate Mancer's disc went up slightly. This is working. Good. Thank Jasmine for me. I think it'll be better if you thank her yourself. Sure, it'll be my pleasure. Okay then, can you run me through the specifics of the ritual? It's more straightforward than I thought it would be. Most of the heavy work has already been done by Dahlia, crafting this magnificent dagger. You need to insert the blade into my chest. Me? We need to try and leave one side of the blade facing my flesh and the other side facing the behemoth. I've never stabbed anyone in my life. It's not so much stabbing as precision cooking. You do cook, right? Yeah, I know my way around the kitchen knives, but this... I can't do it myself, Fortuna. I believe in you. Why don't we call Dahlia and have her cut you? No. I want you to do it. I feel a special connection to you. Look, the percentage on the disc went up just from me explaining this to you. We're on the right path. Dahlia told me the ritual will be more effective the stronger our bond is. I pretty much opened about myself to you in a way I haven't for ages. I believe a shortcut to make our bond more powerful would be if you told me something intimate about yourself. The less people know about it, the better. Ah, okay. Tell me something secret about yourself. Oh, we can either tell or not tell. I think I'm gonna keep it a secret. I tried to kill myself numerous times while exiled. Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Fortuna. I'm used to spending years by myself just doing research. But I see how isolation can do a number on someone more used to company. Hey, I thought I was a loner too. I spent most of my time by myself. But 200 years of complete social deprivation, you lose the capacity to discern if you're even alive to begin with. I've come to the conclusion that existence isn't possible without others to witness it. That was insensitive of me, I'm sorry. No one could possibly imagine what you've been through. I've disfigured, mutilated, I've even burnt myself just to feel something new inside these walls. But I always ended up putting myself back together. I get to see my loved ones again someday. Or just to get back at Adana. I swear, she is going to pay. Fortuna. I will help you to get back at Adana. I'm sick of her too. She needs to pay. Thanks for sharing this with me. I'm sorry you had to say these things out loud, just to help me fix the stupid mistake I made. I don't think what you did was stupid. And it feels good to be able to share this stuff. I wasn't brave enough to let my friends know. I'm happy I met you. I'm happy too. Thank you for letting me in, Fortuna. Time to put me under the knife? I'm not ready yet. You will never be more ready than now. And I'm ready to accept any consequences. Just let me meditate for a couple minutes just to gather my focus, okay? 2 whole minutes. That I have, sure. Thank you. Come on, don't waste our time. You're better than this. You still there? Yes, I'm ready. Sorry, I just needed to collect myself. Ready for some stabbing? Don't say it like that. Sorry, I was just trying to blow off some steam. Ideas of what constitutes relaxing differ dramatically, Greth. Oh, looks like you're relaxed, though. I guess that's the most important thing here. Okay, so I'm going to insert the dagger now. Are you ready? Do it. So, how do I look? We did it, Greth. Oh, I knew. You're the best, Fortuna. Thank you so much. I was so nervous. My heart was about to explode. Where's the behemoth now? They escaped. While you were pushing the dagger inside me, we had a very intense discussion that felt like it lasted eons. Finally, they got scared of me? It's like you were fueling me with some energy larger than the universe. Felt so empowering. You are amazing. I'm so happy for you. What now? I'm going to make a round to share the good news. Especially with Dahlia. I owe her my life too. She deserves more credit than anyone. I promise I'll come visit you again soon. I didn't only regain my freedom here, I also gained you. Oh, I'm happy I met you too. Take care. See you soon. Goodbye. What a busy life all of a sudden, huh? I still miss being able to leave the house. Well, in due time, my friend. We've made a lot of progress in a matter of days, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I should focus on enjoying this. That's the spirit. So, what are your plans now? My biggest concern is still Adana. Sooner or later, she's going to find out about my new deck. If I want to be free, I need to deal with her at some point. Well, the cosmic will is already in motion. Look at how quickly you reconnected with the coven. Just stay alert and seize any opportunity the universe throws at us. How do you do it, manipulate fate? You tell me. We're not so different. Not really. I mean, I get to read into possible futures. But escaping for Adana's sentence was an impossibility until I summoned you. Are you sure? It was by your will that I appeared. You're the one making the jigsaw fall into place. Are you suggesting I'm the one that created you? What? Oh, please, witch. I was just trying to encourage you. You owe me a lot, and you're paying a high price for all this. Don't forget it. But you summoned me. That speaks volumes about the power of your will. Have more faith in yourself. Okay. No need to mock me. Look, a falcon has arrived. Oh, could it be from Thea? Dear Fortuna, I have terrible news. Please invite me to your home ASAP. Yours faithfully, Thea, Arbiter Badge 210. Rank Waxing Crescent. Oh, Fortuna. What is it? What happened? It's about your leader. What about Adana? Adana is dead. We are reunited here today to say goodbye to our good friend Patrice. She lived intensely and died on her own terms. We are returning her body to the earth just as she wished. Naked and covered in flowers. My body to the soil, my soul to my sister, to the stars. You lived in beauty and depart in beauty. Now, some words from her eldest son. I'm not good with speeches, so excuse my brevity. I will always be in awe of all the life my brother brought into this world. And I'm not only talking about her numerous children and grandchildren. I'm talking about her words, her ideas, her wisdom. I don't know if any of us will ever achieve the clarity my mother had. With her gone, we've lost the brightest light in the universe. I wish any of our dads were decent enough to be half the person our mother was. I wish any of them were brave enough to have stayed by her side. Today, I didn't only lose my one true parent, but also my idol. Adios, Mama. Thank you, Pedro. Now, Mr. Stanton, you wanted to say something too. That's right, thank you. I feel lucky that you are all letting me be part of this moment. I wanted to share with you how much of an inspiration her family was to her. She always spoke of you so dearly. She loved you more than anything. Patrice could strike you as a cynical person at first. She always had that I'm too smart to be wasting my time with you vibe. But she was ultimately driven by love. Love of life and of the human experience. I've been extremely fortunate to have been her editor for the past 20 years. And I know for a fact she's been a mother not only to you, but to hundreds and thousands of readers around the globe. Her unique perspective on pleasure and joy has been an inspiration for many women, for many cultures. She's leaving a bleeding wound inside so many hearts, but also a legacy. The world is stronger and healthier thanks to her. And that feeling, that energy, will never die. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Now, to proceed with the last rites, Wait, I want to speak too. Of course. Go ahead. Grandma. You aren't really gone, are you? That old body, covered in flowers, you just had to leave that old husk behind, right? We had so many plans, so many ideas. I can't accept that you let a stupid cancer take away what we were building together, right, Yaya? You haven't betrayed me, have you? Fortuna. It's okay, Pedro. Let her express herself. I can't do this by myself. Did you run off to the stars to look for your sister? You promised you'd take me with you to see the cosmos. If you don't come back right now, I will never forgive you. Maria, I'm sure your grandmother will keep guiding you from wherever she is. One never truly leaves this world. Patrice's body may turn to dust. Patrice's voice may have gone silent. But her essence is an everlasting gift we will never lose. Patrice, she's broken free from that name. Now we will call her Autumn. We will call her Tears, and Fragrance, and a mid-afternoon dream. Enough with the cheesy poetry already. You will never understand my grandmother, or what we were doing together. Maria! I'm sorry for your loss. Now, if no one has more words to share, we will return her to the earth. May your soul bless the stars, Patrice. So, my prediction finally came true, eh? You managed to live 59 years, 11 months, and 21 days. For a second, I believed you'd be able to break free from your fate. You remained a tough bitch, even in death. It's too hard to do this without your witty comebacks. I'm sorry I didn't come and visit you after I ascended. But time among the stars sure flies. And I wasn't sure how you deal with the fact your sister became a witch. I'm so sorry. That night on the beach, I started walking into the sea and never looked back. But somehow you knew. You knew I wasn't dead. You're the only thing I missed from my time as a mortal. It's been tough up there without you. What about one last reading for old time's sake? What should I ask about? Wonder how our relationship would have been if I stayed. You mind if I indulge, Patrice? Temperance, the kind and calm figure, personifies moderation, harmony, and synthesis. The water flowing between jugs is an avatar of communication. We have moved to the Canary Islands, and you have written lesbian pulp novels, and I have run an online tarot website. We have drunk the most delicious wine and had a small community of artist friends. Met some beautiful girls and taken long walks along the beach. We would have grown old together and had long talks swayed by the warm evening breeze. Oh, Patrice, I miss you so much. I'm going to miss you so much. What the hell am I doing, reading into the hypothetical? How can I be this cowardly? I owe you more than this. The first and only time I read into someone's death was for you. As for the last present, I'll get real. I'll read beyond your death. I'm scared of that presence I found when you dared me to read into your demise. It was lurking there, watching us from the unknown. I'll look into its eyes now, to see for myself where we'd be sending you off to. The Hermit's Ladder is the lamp of truth used to guide the unknowing. He holds a patriarch's staff to help navigate narrow paths as he seeks enlightenment. His cloak is a form of discretion. You'd be the founder of the first ever Cosmic Gazette and become a cosmic investigative reporter. You'll even interview extra-dimensional beings. What? I think I lost my talent. This doesn't make any sense. What in the cosmos am I doing? I'm sorry, Patrice. I'm just spewing nonsense. Don't leave me. "6 feet under my ass? Patrice? Fortuna? What is this? Is this the other side? Why are you in cosplay? Patrice, I love you. No, I love you too, silly. Are we ghosts? No, this is the real world. I am a witch, and I believe you are one now too. Fuck me.